Hey everyone, Stephen Fick from Davernich European Martial Arts School. I got a question from one of our YouTube subscribers, David Hicks, about solo drills. That's especially important right now during the pandemic when we are all forced to find ways to practice at home separate from one another. I wanted to tell you about a way that we do solo drills here at the school. There are a lot of great solo drills that are written down in different manuscripts, depending on what style you're working on, what kind of weapon, what author you're reading. But sometimes you want to come up with your own, just as a way that you can practice. And so that's what I want to talk about today, is how to create your own solo drill. For that, we're going to be using the longsword. With the solo drill, what I like to do is, and I'll ask people for this, 3 steps. So let's use a mezza volta, volta stabile, decrescere. And none of these are going to be straight ahead. We want to do everything to the angle. So then we'll look for 2 to 3 cuts. So let's say fendente sinestra, punta, sottani. No, let's make it a sottani sinestra. So both of the ascending and descending cuts are on the same side. Make it a little more challenging. So our footwork, we have a mezza volta, volta stabile, decrescere. Or we have a decrescere, volta stabile, mezza volta. Or we have a volta stabile, decrescere, mezza volta. I like that one better because that's going to mess with people's sense of measure, and it will allow you to steal their time in your footwork. So again, it's going to be volta stabile, decrescere. Nope, that wasn't a crescere. Volta stabile, decrescere, mezza volta. Then we have sottani sinestra, punta, and fendente sinestra. So let's do it with starting in boar's tooth. We're going to do a volta stabile with a punta. No, we're going to do a volta stabile with a sottani sinestra, decrescere to avoid fendente sinestra as we come back into range. So again, it's going to be volta stabile, sottani sinestra into my decrescere, fendente sinestra with my mezza volta. And that even leaves me in the right angles. So volta stabile, sottani sinestra, decrescere, fendente sinestra with my true edge. I forgot my punta, didn't I? Let me add my punta. Volta stabile, sottani sinestra, fendente sinestra, punta. So that way I'm using it in my mind for this solo drill. I'm doing a change of angle, a void with a preparation into a defensive action with my fendente. With the footwork combined with the sword work, in my mind, what I'm seeing is a change of angle with a defensive action with the sottani sinestra, for preparation into a fendente sinestra with my true edge as a counter defense, followed by a punta as the offense. So it would be from here, volta stabile, sottani sinestra. There's, I set aside their sword, decrescere. He comes in, I set that aside with a fendente sinestra, and then stab him in the chest. So this allows me to create my own solo drill. Starting in boar's tooth, volta stabile, sottani sinestra with a decrescere, Fendente Sinestro with a mezzavolta punta. Real quick solo drill created on the fly. By just picking random pieces of footwork and sword work and then looking at how they can combine to create the situation, you can make your own solo drill. This means that your practice will never go stale because you're always thinking and trying to combine different actions. This is how we do a solo drill, to not only create the actions through our bodies, but to keep our mind active. And when you're talking about martial arts, by the time your weapons have engaged, everything else has already happened. The engagement of the sword, the knife, the fist is the very last thing to happen in any martial engagement. Before that, it's all in your mind, it's all in distance, it's all in timing, in preparation. So create your solo drills so that you can work not only on your physical body, but on your mental. Thanks a lot. I hope this helps you find a way to continue your practice while we are forced to be separate because of the pandemic. If you liked what you saw, please hit the subscribe button down below. It's somewhere, I think, right here. And hit the notification button. If you have other people that are in your group and struggling to maintain their practice, go ahead and please share this with them. Solo drills can become your personal training tool. You don't need to rely on someone else's. Stay safe, and I look forward to the opportunity when we can all gather again at events.